You're listening to the Future Tech Health Podcast with Richard Jacobs. Until I reached age 40, I never realized the obvious, that we all have medical issues, or we at least have a family member or close relation that has, or will have them in the future. Medicine and biological systems are the final frontier. Until we've conquered death, figured out how life began, cured cancer, and understood our purpose in the universe, there's a heck of a lot to talk about when it comes to our health. Future Tech Health means I'll be covering futuristic topics that are actually already in clinical trials, or even starting to appear on shelves or by prescription, or available for your own use. We dive deep into stem cells, CRISPR-Cas9, the science of sleep, epigenetics, medical testing, cancer, ketogenic diets, stem cells, aging, regenerative medicine, and more. My goal for you, the listener, is to learn from these podcasts. You may very well learn something that may change the course of your life for the better, steer you towards a new career, or give you insight into addressing a serious medical problem. Remember, however, this podcast and its content is informational in nature only. No medical, tax, legal, financial, or psychological advice is being given. If you enjoyed the podcast, please listen, subscribe, like, and share it with friends. Thank you. Hello, this is Richard Jacobs with Future Tech Health Podcast, and I have Kevin Kastelnik. He's a co-founder of Dreamin. The website is dreaminzZz.com. So Kevin, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much. You too. Hi, everyone.
Yes, I see in my notes you have a product called Hypnosis. So tell me about Hypnosis, and we'll start there.
Sure. So we are two co-founders in the company, and unfortunately for you today, I'm the geek of the band. I'm the engineer, but my co-founder is a hypnotherapist. But I can tell you a bit more about what we can do. Guillaume and I we have been always fascinating about what we can do with our brain and what we can do with our human capabilities. And when we met together, we just had a lunch because we were neighbors, and we started to discuss about what we can do with hypnosis. Guillaume, we're a therapist, and now he's completely working for the company, and I am engineer. And I've been always fascinating about what we can do with our brain, especially as an example in my studies. I've been looking for techniques for optimizing and for reducing my sleep time in order to improve my skills all the day. And I were using hypnosis to do that, and I reduced my sleep around 1 or 2 hours during my studies, and it permits to me to reach all the objectives that I wanted to reach at this time. So when I met Guillaume, I said, okay, we really have to do something together, and we started to work on hypnosis.
All right. So how does Hypnosis work? You're laying in bed. What do you do?
So what we do, we created a company that permits to use hypnosis very easily. Hypnosis is the possibility of your brain to believe in many things and to believe in your capabilities. So what we designed, it's first a product that will permit you to use hypnosis very easily for hand-to-hand consumer, or also for professionals such as dentists, physiotherapists, surgeon, etc. How it works is very easy. You're going to have a sleep mask, the same that you have in the plane, really, really soft and smooth, very easy and lightweight. And you're going to have LEDs and vibration inside, so light and vibration inside. And these lights and vibrations are going to be completely connected to an application, a mobile app. And inside the app, we recorded hypnotic program in 3 dimensions that will permit to you to reach your objective, and you will be able to work on sleep disorder, relaxation, stress reduction, pain reduction, addiction, fear, and many, many things. So you download the program, you listen to the story. We are going to make hypnotic suggestions at this moment, and it will help you to fall asleep or to feel better very efficiently.
So the mask, again, does it produce lights and sounds? Like, does it go over just your eyes, or where does it go?
Sure. Inside the mask, you're going to have the light, and the light are going to enhance the experience. As an example, if during the story or during the hypnotic program, we tell you, imagine you are opening the door, you will see the light through your eyes closed. So you keep your eyes closed, and you will see the light and the vibration. And what we do, we amplify the hypnotic programs using these lights and these vibrations. So by doing this, it becomes very easy to fall in an hypnosis state and to work efficiently on your objective, such as pain reduction and sleep disorder. And we have more than 50 programs of hypnosis right now.
Well, so what's an example? Let's say I have insomnia. What would I do, and how would it specifically help me?
For which problematics? Which example? Sorry?
Let's say I have insomnia and I can't, it takes me like an hour or 2 hours to fall asleep once I lay in bed. What would you do for that?
Okay, so what we can do, we have three specific programs for that, 3 specific sessions. You download the right session, which is called Sleep, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 and 3 in our application. And we are going to explain to you how to use the mask. So you put the mask on your eyes, you put your headphone, and you listen to the story. And what we are going to do, we are going to tell you a story. Someone is going to speak to you inside your headphone through the app, and the mask is going to be synchronized on this audio program. And by doing this, we make suggestions. We make some specific suggestions, what we call hypnotic suggestions, and it will help you to fall asleep and to reduce the stress very easily. As an example, we have many of our users are able to improve the speed to fall asleep about 3 times faster. So by using our techniques, our breathing techniques and hypnotic techniques, you will be able to fall asleep 3 times faster than usual. So if you take maybe 45 minutes to fall asleep, it's going to be only 15 minutes after using our products.
Why does the mask make you fall asleep up to 3 times faster? What is it about it that does that?
So how we do that, we are going to do that using hypnotic program. And you're going to use a specific hypnotic program, especially recorded to help you to fall asleep. So you download the program, you put your headphone, you listen to the story that has been especially recorded by an hypnotherapist, and the mask is going to be synchronized on this session. So you keep your eyes closed, you see the light through your eyes closed, and you listen to the story. And during that story, we are going to make you some hypnotic suggestions in order to fall asleep, to reduce your stress, to reduce your brain thinking, and we help you to fall asleep faster by doing these techniques. So, as an example, if it was for you 45 minutes to fall asleep, it's going to be 15 minutes after doing this. And another thing which is interesting is that sometimes we have we met 2 main problems when you have some sleep disorder. It's when you want to fall asleep and you cannot. It's going to take a long time to fall asleep. And also when you wake up during the night. So many people can fall asleep very fast, but they are going to wake up during the night. And you can also use some specific programs that we've created especially for this kind of problematics. And you're going to listen to the sound, listen to the story using the mask again during the night to make you fall asleep and have a good and deep night, a good and deep sleep. Sorry.
Okay. So, I guess you've listened to the stories. What makes them hypnotic? Why are they hypnotic?
What makes it hypnotic, right?
Yeah, why are the stories hypnotic? What makes them that way?
Why it is because we use some specific protocol that has been recorded for this. So hypnosis is quite hard to explain. It's just some specific words, and specific suggestions. It's kind of a protocol. You know what? Is it the good terms in English? It's protocol, right?
Yeah. What is the method or the protocol, right?
The method is what we call Ericksonian hypnosis. It's a specific method based on suggestions, based on specific words. I cannot explain to you what is in details. Maybe it's going to be easier if it was Guillaume that could explain to you. But what is done is that we use some non-specific words, some non-specific sentence that permits to anyone to feel in another situation, in another place. And by doing this, we increase your imagination. And during this time where you are imagining the new environment, we help you to feel more relaxed and to feel more flexible to fall asleep by making hypnotic suggestions. All is based on suggestions. It's very the basis.
So have you tried the product yourself, and what did you feel like when you did it?
Yeah, we use it. Of course, we use it especially for to make quick nap. Quick nap is when we want to make. We also call it power nap. As an example, during the day when we have especially after lunch, and we want to keep going on for a long day because we have a lot of work. We use it for 20 minutes, and we increase our power for all along the afternoon. So we set up the mask during 20 minutes, and we listen to a specific programs, which is called Gladiator for that one. And we go further and further in the hypnotic states in order to improve our power for the afternoon, as an example. This is how we use it mainly in the company. And we also use it for pain reduction because we have, as an example, I'm a developer, so I develop a lot on my computer. So I always have some pain to my head. So I use the mask to reduce this pain and avoid to take medical drugs. By using hypnosis, you are able to avoid to take medical drugs, and it's very powerful for that.
Yeah, that's very good. What have customers said that it helps them with most? What do they like about it?
It helps the most for our customers. It's about for the consumer. It's going to be for sleep disorder and stress management. This is the two main problematics that our customer use. This is why our customers use the mask, especially. More than 40% of the people around the world have sleep disorder, have sleep troubles, and they are closely related to a high stress that is created by our daily life. That's why when they work on the stress or on the relaxation, they can easily have a better sleep. And when you have better sleep, you are less stressed. So it's kind of a very good cycle that is beginning when you work efficiently on these two main problematics. And we have more than 10,000 users only in France right now. And we are opening it in English during this year. So we are very happy to help people about feeling better just by reducing their stress and fall asleep faster.
So you can use it without falling asleep. You could use it while you're awake just to relax, right?
Yeah, sure. You can also use it with your app, or you can also use it without the app, only to do power nap just by using the mask without any connection. So you select some specific programs that are going to help you to breathe very easily. So you follow the light. The light inside the mask are going to provide a specific rhythm, and it's going to help you to reduce the stress and to stabilize your health frequency. So your earth is not very stable all the time, and by doing some specific breathing techniques using only the mask, you will be able to improve your breath and to improve your capabilities to manage your stress. So you can have the mask every time with you and use it at work, at home, for sport, for many applications, many situations. Sorry.
Yeah, this is good because like with power naps, for instance, if you only are supposed to sleep for 20 minutes, but it takes you 20 minutes to fall asleep, you may not do it. So if you can fall asleep quickly, then it'd be easier for you to take a power nap with this.
Absolutely, definitely. This is why we have our power nap are divided in three main parts. The first part is going to be 5 minutes of breathing techniques, and by doing these techniques, we help you to fall asleep very fast and really faster. So it's a medical techniques which is called. So I'm sorry in English, I'm not sure. I think it's heart coherency. It's a very huge technique and very known techniques. So by doing in 5 minutes, we help you to fall asleep or to relax very easily. Then you fall asleep during 10 or 15 minutes, and after 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to simulate the sun in order to wake you up smoothly. So by doing it, we help you to do a really deep power nap and very powerful power nap.
So are there any people that are using the device in an unusual way, or anything that surprises you about the device's effectiveness?
What is surprising for me, and especially when you are an engineer, is that if you have a look at what we do, we put some light and vibration inside the mask and we create some audio programs. But what is very surprising is that some some people just call us and say, okay, okay, guys, you cannot imagine, you changed my life. Because I were taking I were having medical drugs and medical therapy since 5 or 10 years right now, and I cannot sleep more than 2 hours per night. And just by using the mask, I remove completely the medical drugs, and I can sleep more than 7 hours. So when you are an engineer and that you created a product in your backyards 4 years ago, it's really surprising to get some people at the phone and they say to you, okay, you changed my life because you are working on the kind of revolution in medicine. So it's really nice to get this kind of call. And for me, this is one of the most surprising things. And another one is for professional and medical application. Some of our partners did some tests, and they did some tests where they could completely remove the medical drugs to do a surgery. So the surgery were completely done only using the mask and no medical drugs to reduce pain. So this is really impressive. When we saw that, we say, okay, we get something, and we have to go further in that direction because we can help a lot of people by doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing that you could do surgery and just use the mask for pain relief. That's really cool. And that's great that people can sleep. They couldn't sleep before. It's excellent.
Yeah, sure. And what is nice too is especially for surgery, it's when you arrive to do a medical surgery, as an example, completely under hypnosis state, your body is gonna feel less stressed. And when you are less stressed, you will recover faster. So it's going to be around 30% faster than usual. So what it means is, as an example, if you do a surgery and it's going to be 6 months at the hospital to recovery, using hypnosis and a surgery under hypnosis is going to be only 4 months, okay, to recovery. So it's just really nice because it's very good for the patient and for the hospital too.
So do people when people put this on and they're going to go to sleep, do they fall asleep with it and it stays on them all night, or do they take it off and then go to sleep?
You can use it all night long if you want. You can have it on your head all night long, or if you want, you can use it 1 hour before to go to sleep. Sorry, to reduce to let you go in a good state to fall asleep, in a good state of mind to fall asleep, and you can remove it and fall asleep. So you can really use it how you want. We have the 2 techniques, and it depends on your capability to get something on your head. Same if the mask is very easy to use. Some people cannot sleep with something on the eyes, so they just use it 1 hour before, fall asleep, remove the mask, and fall asleep very easily, as an example.
Okay. So, but a lot of people, I guess, fall asleep and it stays on them throughout the whole night, right?
Yes, that is.
Okay, very good. So what's next for the next year? What new things are you going to be doing?
So this is very simple. What we do now, we only sell the product in France right now, and we have a great success with it. So now we want to spread it all over the world. We know that we create something that can help a lot of patients, a lot of people all around the world. That's why we wanted to provide it to anyone that has some problems or that wants to work with hypnosis for different objectives. So this is the next step. And the second big step is to create new products, because we have new products that are coming soon at the end of the year and the next year, in order to create a complete range of products that will permit to anyone to relax and to work on sleep disorder. So we know that we can do more, and we have a lot of things that we are thinking about, and it's going to be really nice to create new product, and it's very exciting to see how the company that we created in our house is going to be more and more big right now. Is becoming bigger and bigger right now. So it's really nice to see the different the evolution of the company, and this is the next step. So the first one, international market, and the second one, creating new products to help more people.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So what's the best way for people to get the device and maybe to get in contact, ask questions?
So for the moment, the best way is to come on our website, and you just say it at the beginning. It's dreaminzZz.com, dreaminzZz.com, and you just send us an email, and we send you an answer very quickly. We love to discuss with our customers. We love to discuss with all the people that are interested in the product, because it is where we learn. It is how we learn about and this is how we improve the product day by day, just by listening to our customer. We are really focused on the customer needs, and it's very important for us. So do not hesitate to contact us to have any question, to give us any questions, and we will be very happy to give you an answer.
Very good. Okay. Well, Kevin, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, and thank you so much.
And thank you very much. And again, sorry for my English. We are from France, and we try to do our best. So thank you very much to listening, and do not hesitate to have any questions. Thank you again.
Yeah, you are fine. Sometimes my English isn't so good, so no problem. Thank you. You're listening to the Future Tech Health Podcast with Richard Jacobs. Until I reached age 40, I never realized the obvious, that we all have medical issues, or we at least have a family member or close relation that has, or will have them in the future. Medicine and biological systems are the final frontier. Until we've conquered death, figured out how life began, cured cancer, and understood our purpose in the universe, there's a heck of a lot to talk about when it comes to our health. Future Tech Health means I'll be covering futuristic topics that are actually already in clinical trials, or even starting to appear on shelves or by prescription, or available for your own use. We dive deep into stem cells, CRISPR-Cas9, the science of sleep, epigenetics, medical testing, cancer, ketogenic diets, stem cells, aging, regenerative medicine, and more. My goal for you, the listener, is to learn from these podcasts. You may very well learn something that may change the course of your life for the better, steer you towards a new career, or give you insight into addressing a serious medical problem. Remember, however, this podcast and its content is informational in nature only. No medical, tax, legal, financial, or psychological advice is being given. If you enjoyed the podcast, please listen, subscribe, like, and share it with friends. Thank you.